7 already on the top 10 movie games ever. Number 7, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Well, it's been so long since they make a Mortal Kombat movie. First of all, the first movie was Street Fighter, and second, they just released Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Well, I like the first Mortal Kombat about the characters like Scorpion, Princess Katana, and even Johnny Cage, the dude with the sunglasses is, and also Liu Kang as a director of the Chinese character like Liu Kang. Well, that series is awesome. And there's also Sub-Zero and many more, like the guy from the Four Arms called himself Gordo. And besides, it has even Reptile and also Shao Kahn. This movie is just believes, just like how you finish the annihilation of the fatalities, like the game are. Like it has Sonya Blade and Kano. Well, actually, the character from Reptile, it looks kind of different. Like, what the hell was up with the mask anyway? Reptile is just a living lizard inside of the skin. Well, actually, in the movies, it's kind of rock. Like, Annihilation is ultimate. And talking about overkill, when they released a game about Mortal Kombat Apocalypse, this game is just unbelievable. They have about 58 characters in this game already. Talking about overkill. Well, I'm just moving on. I can't tell you any more about this movie about Mortal Kombat. If they wish they should have a part 3 of Mortal Kombat, they should think twice again. Well, let's move on to number 6 already, people. On the top 10 of video game movies ever. Number 6 already. Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Well, I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy. Just like the inclusion in all the Final Fantasy games I ever played. But let me ask you this about the video games of Final Fantasy already. Like, I've been playing the first video game of Final Fantasy, but I never played the first one because I was too young. And I never had a Nintendo system before when I was a kid already. It's like before I was 7 years old, we never had a Nintendo Entertainment System, but excuse me for that any other occasion. Because I'm just getting lost because I don't know what the hell I'm just saying, but I'm straying the right record already, people. But let me ask you something about the Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy 8 and 9, including number 10 and Final Fantasy 10 too. Well, there is a whole lot of Final Fantasy games already. But I can tell you about the worst countdown before the Angry Tender Nerd will do. This movie is just like animation already. People are just not real, they're fake already. When I saw this movie on theaters, it's just like, man, this is just the only Final Fantasy movie ever? What's up with the bright phantoms or the spirits inside of you, and the story and the animation? You should buy this on Blu-ray already. Well, I just got nothing to say about this movie. Let's go to number 5 movie on the countdown already. If you're truly a Final Fantasy fan, well, I'm just saying, this movie is just not cool for me instead. Movie 5. Silent Hill. Well, are you a game fanatic about Silent Hill the movie? Let me ask you something first. First was the video game, and second was the movie. Well, I don't know how many Silent Hill games or whoever made them any other occasion. I played the first Silent Hill game on the PlayStation 1 system already, and Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation 2, Silent Hill 3 on PlayStation 2, Silent Hill 4, and Silent Hill's Homecoming. Well, I can honestly say they just glad they made the movie. Oh, and the character called herself Sharon, and the mother too, beside her. Well, let me give you a conclusion. They replaced this movie in the game like Harry Mason did. Well, definitely a Silent Hill will be found in West Virginia already. Send me a postcard instead, woman. I'm glad I want to go there too. Does anyone want to go there to Silent Hill? Well, I'm glad sure he did. In this movie, it's just like she's trying to find her daughter in Silent Hill when she's lost already. All this infected special effects about the snow and stuff, well, it's just it's kind of scary when you are alone in here. Well, they did good make the movie already, but everyone feels like it kind of sucked already, but not me. I did like the movie, and definitely I liked the game. Well, I can honestly say I loved it already. It's just like I was in love with this Silent Hill movie already. And more than they had a twin sister already, and all these characters and people here, I never expected about the game. Definitely I don't remember about the video game about people just getting scared already about a witch. The things I don't really like about the mask, about the people wearing the suits, the flashlights, and other occasion of the person who's a witch already, they're just getting freaky already. And how people have to eat or survive, it's just like a time traveler or something. And I like the effects how everything changes already. About the darkness and stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you that's it about it. Let's go to number 4, top 10 video game movies ever. Number 4, Resident Evil, people. Well, definitely, yep. They just made a Resident Evil movie back in 2001. Well, I just want to say this, Mia Jovovich, I don't recognize that name like saying that right way or something. Who guest stars as Michelle Rodriguez. This movie was awesome already. For the first time they made a Resident Evil movie already, it is just amazing. I loved it already. The number 4 movie ever of Resident Evil. And suddenly, when the movie was over, things had started to the worst change ever. Things were turning the tables around already. Well, suddenly they just did a part 2 already called Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse. Well, I'm just gonna show you about the second one already, right now. Well, people, this is just Resident Evil Apocalypse already, the one I got, one of my own favorites. It's just similar like the game from Resident Evil Nemesis 3 already. Well, it definitely has Joe Valentine, even more characters from the one from Chris Redfield already, of the lookalike. Even it has the Nemesis guy too. This movie is just awesome already. Well, in this sequel, like zombies were taking over Raccoon City. I've never heard of Raccoon City before. Definitely, this is another game called Resident Evil movies already. And I'm about to show you about the other ones already. Like, it was a third one, it was coming very soon already. But as a matter of fact, this preview has like a special edition, outtakes, even including deleted scenes, or definitely the special effects of the behind the scenes, the making of Resident Evil Apocalypse, and so much more.